I kind of wanted to make my crazy predictions for 2025, whether or not there will be a stock market crash. I'm kind of going to rant in this video, and it's kind of going to just be my own internal monologue and rambling, and it might even be a little bit conspiracy theory-esque, but I wanted to share it with you and hopefully find it interesting. So a common question that a lot of people have right now is, what is the market going to do in 2025? Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can look backwards in time to kind of figure out what I think is going to take place. And a lot of the movement of the Federal Reserve up until this point, and it's December 31st, 2024, has been a mirror of the same financial decisions that they made in 2007 prior to the Great Recession in 2008. Now, I find that a little concerning. We know that there is a tendency when there is a presidential change that there is a recession that follows it. We know that when the Federal Reserve makes an interest rate pivot, that there is a recession that typically follows it, and they make their decisions on trailing indicators, not leading indicators. So they are reacting to something that has already started to take place, which means that if they are cutting rates, there is a good chance that they're doing it. It doesn't matter what they're saying, but they're doing it, and it's going to counteract something bad, but it's already started. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, we're already in a recession, and I fully believe that, but what I'm saying is that I have been trying to repeat this for months and months and months now, and absolutely everybody has been ignoring me, and I'm like, no, look at the signs. Just like read the writing on the wall. I think that Jerome Powell has been overstating these numbers, and I think that this might be his way to drop the mic and walk off stage, because his term as Federal Reserve Chairman is almost up. So if he just lets the market absolutely dump into 2025 and maybe in 2026, he can essentially blame it all on Trump, which would be fine for him. Trump is like his scapegoat now, and he doesn't have to uphold a certain image because his time as Federal Reserve Chair is almost up. And so he can ride out triumphant on a white horse. And that's what concerns me. I think that there is a good chance that there could be some padding of the numbers, because there typically is when there is an incumbent in office, which was Biden. And so I believe that there might have been a little bit of, the padding of numbers to make things look a little bit better, to help the current president look a little bit better. But when that president ultimately lost, or Vice President Harris lost, I think that the charade no longer has to be upheld, and that concerns me. And so I do truly believe that the first two quarters of 2025 might be extremely volatile. And if you are new to investing, that's probably going to be a little bit of a turnoff, and you might want to withhold from investing. If you're somebody who is an investor who doesn't pay attention too much and you see the stock market falling, you may want to sell. And for those who are like you and me, this means that there's going to be some really good opportunities to buy stocks. Now, over the last few months, I have not been very enthusiastic about the market. I've thought that it's been very overpriced, very overstated, and I don't like buying the market when it is as high as it has been recently. So I'm excited for a stock market correction. I would like to have the opportunity to buy some more stocks at a lower valuation. Now, back in August, I believe it was August, there was a pretty substantial dip in the market where it went down something like 10 or 15%. I forget the exact number. You can fact check me on that. But when it did do that, I started heavily investing back into the stock market, and I was really happy I did that, because my returns from that point to today have been incredible, and I'm really thankful that I was able to do that. And so I want to replicate that again if we have another financial downturn. Now, I kind of want to hit a little bit on the housing market. Will the housing market continue to go up at incredible rates, or will we see a market correction in the housing market? Well, I would say that we already are starting to experience that. We're seeing that there's been slowdowns. We see that there's a rise in delinquencies. We know that there's people that are behind on their mortgage payments. That number is ever increasing. The same thing goes for repo rates with the used car market. People who purchased cars are having their cars repossessed. Now, why is this? Well, we know that in the last 2 or 3 months that student loan repayments have started back up. And because student loan payments have started back up, people are having to choose between where they want to allocate their funds. Now we know that student loans are government-backed subsidies. So that means that you can't default on your student loans. I mean, you can technically, but you're probably not going to be able to. And so a lot of people are having to kick either the car payment, or they're getting a little bit behind on their credit card payment, or they're having to let their mortgage go late because they have to pay these student loans. And now, this was something that didn't really affect the stock market back in 2022 when we had that recession. And a lot of people aren't even factoring that into the economic conditions. Credit card rates are at an all-time high, delinquencies are rising, and student loan repayments are back on the table, and we have a new president. And so all of these things culminate together to make me very, very nervous about 2025. But my nervousness is shrouded in a euphoric sense of happiness because I am excited to be able to buy the stocks at a good price again and then ride the wave back up to the top. So hopefully this video gave you some insight into what I'm thinking. Maybe it gave you a new perspective on the market that you may not have heard. And let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you think the stock market is going to crash in 2025? I personally do, but maybe you have a different opinion and you see some things that I don't see. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe your comment will inspire another YouTube video. And if this information or any of the information that I share on this YouTube channel is not personalized enough for you, you can go down and schedule a one-on-one coaching call with me, and I will sit down and talk to you about whatever financial position you are currently in and kind of give you some of my advice and insights into what I would do if I was in a similar financial position to you, and hopefully we can get you set on a right path, especially since 2025 is literally right around the corner, and I'd like to help you enter into this new year on a fresh foot. So if you'd like to do that, go down and click the link in the description, and as always, thanks for watching.